everyone that knows football, anyone that knows football knows that Arsenal were not going to win that title. PSG, thank you so much for saving football. Honestly, PSG, thank you for saving football, because Arsenal were about to do the same rubbish they were doing in the Premier League, on you guys. But of course, you guys were too wise, you were too smart, you saw through it all and basically took the game to them, couldn't let them get out of their box, completely parking the train in front of goal. But somehow PSG got their goal and made it anyone's game at that point from there on out. So I'm glad PSG saved football and won the trophy, because Arsenal, listen, if you guys had touched that, Champions League, that is the end for the rest of the footballing world, because Arsenal would have made so much noise. And I believe they were also saving that parade, of the Premier League titles for Sunday, so that, if they won the Champions League, then they can just show off both cups in the parade. But the real football fans, right? The real football fans that actually watch football and have been watching Arsenal for such a long time knew that this wasn't going to be. You know what I mean? Like, everyone that, knows football, anyone that knows football knows that Arsenal were not going to win that title. Because when you watch that game and you see the kind of gameplay and the mentality that they took into the Champions League, it was obvious from the first whistle that they were not going to win. They were ready to sit on that one goal and pack the bus. But guess what? This game Arsenal played today have now made it 266 game in the Champions League and no Champions League title. Damn! Wow! You know what Arsenal stands for? You can call them Bottle FC, you could call them whatever, but one of the synonym of Arsenal is storage room, I believe. Storage room, like, I mean, Arsenal was supposed to be the storage room of trophies. But if you look in that storage room in the last 10 years, there have only been 6 trophies, 4 FA Cups and 2 Community Shields, and no Champions League. Well, this year, now they've added the Premier League into that storage room, but it's still looking very bare. Honestly, like, they're just not there yet. And I would say, maybe discard this men's team, because the women's team have won the Champions League twice. Imagine. Arsenal women's team has 2 Champions League and Arsenal men's team do not have anything. Like, how is that even possible? No. How is that possible? And even this EPL Arsenal have now, I mean, it's been 22 years. 22 years. And then I met a guy today who just kept going on and on about Arsenal and how great they are because they've now won the EPL after 22 years, and saying, where is your title? Where are you on the table? What team are you supporting? I'm a Manchester United fan. So I told him that, you see, being in the Champions League again from 15th to 3rd into the Champions League, that is a title for all Manchester United fans. Trust me, that is a title to us, because we are now playing in the same competition you will be playing in, I'm just glad, PSG saved football. Thank you. Thank you, PSG. Thank you, Luis Enrique, for saving football. I mean, penalty is anyone's game. Everybody knew that. So, okay, it could have been Arsenal. It could have been PSG. But fate has it that it will be PSG. It will not be Arsenal. They will not play that rubbish football and actually win the biggest competition in the world, where the entire world tune in, was watching, the game. No. So I'm glad. Okay, let me go back and say, I mean, Arteta, you tried. You did what Wenger did not do by winning the EPL. Okay, you did it. You did that. Pat yourself on the back. You did that. But in your speech, addressing your fans, tell them not to do too much, because it's just one trophy and you still need to defend it. You're still going into the next season, and the season after that. But at least tell your people to keep it down, to shush. I mean, I can imagine the parade tomorrow is not going to be as fun for you guys anymore, because now you don't have the Champions League that you've been waiting for to do the parade. You might as well have just done the parade and do another one again. Hey, see planning. Who is responsible for your PR? Who is responsible for the PR? Because listen, you have a trophy, you have the momentum behind you, you have the hype, everything. You could have just done your parade and then go into the Champions League knowing that just in case we did not win it, we will not take that walk of shame, because now the parade you're about to have is a walk of shame. I'm not even going to lie to you. You know, that parade, Arsenal fans, listen to me and read my lips. That parade you're about to have now is a walk of shame, because now you're going to go out there lifting one trophy that everyone is sort of forgotten about, because the Champions League happened. Champions League is the biggest competition, and now you're going to have to take a walk around what? Islington? Is that where you guys are parading? You know, Islington, I believe that's what it is. You take a ride around that place now and, you know, lifting one trophy that most people will probably not be happy to see because you didn't bring home the big deal. But I'm glad, you know, this summed up everything about Arsenal this season. You know, I do feel like that EPL trophy, the big teams didn't do enough, you know, because you got away with murder winning that trophy. Arsenal got away with murder winning that trophy because they were playing terrible football. There was an agenda behind Arsenal because there were some ridiculous calls referees don't give to Arsenal, but they give to other teams. You know, so it was clear as day that there was an agenda that, come on, after 22 years, these people must win this thing. But guess what? They did win it. But that same agenda did not follow Arsenal into the Champions League. You know, it was close, I have to say, because defending the entire 70 or 60 to 70 minutes or so, you know, that was a top-notch, you know, defending. However, there was bound to be a slip-up somewhere because, you know, PSG was just coming for Arsenal throughout the entire game. They held down that position. They were on top of Arsenal the whole time. It was evident that they would score, but just when or how much, you know. But it was anyone's game. And PSG, rightfully, it was written in the stars, like they always say, and they won it. Okay? They won it. Wow. Now, my fellow fans of football, you can rest assured now that the hype of Arsenal winning the EPL will go down as of tomorrow morning. Okay? It will go down. There will be no more noise. You know, it will be like it never happened. Now we can look forward to the World Cup, because that is the next thing we are looking forward to right now. So yeah, everything is, you know, European football, everything is now done. Okay, everything is done in the European football. Everything is done now. Let's go watch the world play. Okay, now my country is not in the World Cup because you can see what I'm wearing. You know, it's a green, white, green. I'm a Nigerian. My country is not there in the World Cup. But anyways, I'm going to be there supporting my Manchester United players, wherever they are. I'm supporting them, and that's what it is. I do feel like, you know, this World Cup is going to be tight. I would love it if Portugal can actually win the World Cup. They have solid players, but then don't underestimate the Netherlands, because the Netherlands also, you know, they're not, maybe not big names on paper, but they actually can play football, you know. So yeah, don't underestimate the Netherlands. Don't underestimate Portugal. France is expected to win because of how they play ball. Let's see how it goes. My prediction for the final, though. I do see France in the final and Portugal. That's it. Then it's going to be my boy Bruno Fernandes versus Paris, basically. Yes. And then he will show the world how magnificent he is to now deliver the World Cup to Ronaldo. Man, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. But hey, maybe I'm jumping the gun. Maybe I'm too overexcited that Arsenal lost the Champions League. I mean, we expected it. As a man, if you're watching this, thank you for subscribing. It was a nice chat. Nice meeting you today. Honestly, you were a real G. Follow the United supporter, even though you're a diehard Arsenal fan. But hey, I love that so much, you know. And of course, I will always love to hear what you have to say in the comment section. And let's keep this alive and let's keep the energy going. And thank you so much. Thank you for subscribing. Okay, thank you for subscribing. This is all I've got to share about the match. If you disagree with any aspect of what I said today, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, see you all on the next one.